Obviously, your hand was forced a little bit with Tomas Chancalay up top. What did you think of his performance, and do you see that as something you would continue to do once everyone's available?
Yeah, it's tough, because not only do we lose our number one, 9, we lost our 2. So, Bobby Wood and that double whammy of having both those guys out made it extremely difficult, because we couldn't even, sub a guy in at the end and maybe slide Chancalay wide where he could get faced up to shoot a little bit more. But there's no excuses, right? We got to find a way. But I thought he had some good moments today. A couple times we're in on early in the game on a break. I think we got to find a goal. Maybe the composure to, play that extra pass or be more decisive. At times to get a cross in. Those are little things I think for sure we can improve on as well. I'm not saying there's not improvement. There's improvement, but I do think there's going to be better days ahead. We'll keep a steady hand. We've got an experienced locker room, and we're experienced coaches, and this will hurt today, but we gotta put it away, file it away tomorrow, and focus on this cup game we have Wednesday.
There was a lot of good approach play today, as you said, especially in the second half. I guess what was it? Was it something Toronto was doing defensively that stifled you guys, or was it just maybe a lack of execution or approach?
It's always going to be a tight game when you give up a goal early, right? They can sit in. They're on the road now. They play back 5. They're kind of in a 5-4-1. For me, it wasn't the chance creation. We had chances. So hats off to Sean Johnson, again, and Insigne for finding an unbelievable goal. And do I want to see more chances? Yes, but I think it was 18, 19 shots to 8, and we had 6 on frame to 2. So it's one of those games where you leave going, how do you lose? It happens. It's never nice. You're never happy about it. But also, I'm encouraged by a lot that happened today. And, I have to stay focused on that and keep a perspective on that.
Kind of Matt slide?
Yes. 22nd minute, there was an opportunity for the referee to go to VAR, and the call went against you. I don't know if you've seen the replay at the half or after the game right now. What were your thoughts on the call?
I haven't seen it. Yet. So I really don't have a comment on that.
DeJuan Jones came off late in the game. Looked like he had a head injury on the play there. Was that why the sub was made, or was it just more of a time you didn't have enough time to evaluate before that late in the game?
Yeah, we got 5 minutes left. We needed a goal, and I didn't know where he was at. And obviously, at that stage, I'm not worried about defending. I'm worried about attacking. And I thought maybe Jack could go in and get a couple crosses in. There's enough for it to provide some width there with 5 minutes to go. I didn't want to have a guy off the field for the next 3-4 minutes when we're trying to get a goal back.
Sam?
And you kind of mentioned how you're a little bit hamstrung when it came to obviously Grioni being suspended and Bobby Wood being injured. Do you feel that kind of number 9 striker position is something the team could use and possibly add a player?
I think we're always looking at everything, right? I think if those guys are healthy, then no. But yeah, if you're on your third, we don't have a third striker, right? So we're trying to manufacture that position a little bit with Tomas up top, and I thought he did okay. But I think in any position, if you're down to the third, it doesn't matter. You're gonna want another player. So we're not covered in the 3 in any position really. Maybe a couple positions, but certainly not for 9.
And just also too, you kind of mentioned how Insigne kind of pulled it out of his hat. Ramos did have a few good saves. Just overall, your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, I thought it was solid. We didn't have a lot to do. He had one good save, I thought, in the first half. And I thought he was good with his distribution, good with his feet, and I thought the second half we carried the game. We did what we wanted to do, and I know that if we play that way, we'll have a lot of results that are going to follow the performance.
Just your thoughts on Esmir's performance today, and especially also just how he kind of works with Carlos. It seems like they kind of interchange pretty well.
Yeah, really good young player. You've heard me talk about him. Thought there were a couple moments where he gets in around the goal where he can shoot or cross. That will come. Those decisions will come. You know, I really thought there was one late in the game where he ended up passing it to Henry, where I would have liked to see him shoot that, because he's faced up on his left foot and a really good angle to score. You know, so he needs to be a little bit more selfish in that situation too. So I think it's a young player learning that he needs to be the guy at times, you know, and it's not just Carlos to find the goal all the time. It's got to be him if he's going to be one of our key attacking players.
There's a little bit of doubt about Carlos Heel coming into this because of the injury. He plays 90 minutes, performs really well. What does it say about him that he steps up in that moment, and how's he feeling physically?
Yeah, I can't say enough about Carlos. Yeah, it was touch and go a little bit. You know, even on the match day -1, he felt better. You know, but I asked him after training, I'm like, "You good to go?" And he goes, "Yeah, there's a little pain, but I'm good to go. I'm gonna play." You know, so I think as a supporter, you're always gonna like that, guys that want to be in. And he's a player that wants to be in, and he'll give everything he has for this club. And Henry Kessler, you know, Henry went, after being out for 4 weeks, he went a 45 and a 90 in 4 days. 2 games in 4 days, unbelievable for him to be able to do that.
All right, you all set, guys?
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.